Good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are listening, however you are listening. Phillies baseball is important. Phillies baseball is happening. And the Fighting Phils, as Ben is demonstrating, they are rallying like the rally towel. Thoughts on this, Ben?
Did you know this came from game 2 of the 2010 NLDS, the game after Roy Halladay's no-hitter?
Were you in attendance?
Well, I mean, I was 3, so I was not, but my parents were.
It's exciting.
I found when I was going through making this new setup, I was going through a box and I found the ticket stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
So it's kind of cool.
Need a little more. Very cool. All right, so what are your thoughts on this series with the Washington? Oh, geez. Oh,
What are we doing?
falling is what we're doing.
So,
all right,
so the Phillies this last week came back from their hard West Coast trip, and they faced 2 bad teams, the Miami Marlins, right? Was it the Marlins?
Yes,
yeah,
Marlins.
The Marlins and the Nationals. Something funny with Phillies baseball is I just started this year. The Phillies can beat bad teams. Everyone's that. The Phillies can beat bad baseball teams and some good teams. They usually were
it's weird. It's only the very good teams. We can't
only
beat
the very good. Like
can't
they
beat the
beat the
Mets.
Dodgers. They beat the whoever. They'll probably beat the Astros in the last series of the year.
Of course they will. The Cardinals, the 6-6 against the Braves.
I don't think the Cardinals are very good. I think they're good.
Yeah, I agree.
You're just a Cardinals bandwagon.
I'm just being rational here.
Yeah.
They've been slumping recently. They split with the Nationals. Isn't that nuts?
All right, so the Phillies can beat the bad teams as they should. The Nationals are one of the worst baseball teams I've ever seen.
They're better.
What were the scores?
Okay, this is actually a serious question for you. I put something on my Twitter. If you are not familiar with our Twitters, there are 4 Twitters, a TikTok, an Instagram, and a YouTube below Ben and I right now, probably me since I'm talking. Check those out. Follow us for daily, unintended, Phillies content, Eagles content, Sixers content, Flyers content, and that weird soccer team that Ben likes.
Don't call them weird. They are the first seed in the MLS.
Fair enough. Yeah. I do know. What's the one guy? Gagaraz? Is that Gagaraz?
Gazdag? Daniel Gazdag?
That guy. I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Oh, I know Andre Blake is the goalie, and he's going to win goalie of the year.
He's unbelievable.
I saw someone tweet that.
Yeah. So in the National Series, we'll talk about that. That was a more exciting one. I want to talk about yesterday's game, the Sunday game, 7 hours. I heard complaints about waiting. First of all, it worked out because we got to watch the Eagles and the Phillies. So I don't want to hear any complaining. Second, that game was going to take 7 hours, even if there wasn't a rain delay.
This is true. The game was longer than the delay.
Yeah.
And the delay felt like it took forever. I watched
the delay was 3 hours and 36 minutes.
The game was like 3:10 or 3:15 or something.
Yeah.
Which is unreal. It feels like it was 4.
Yeah.
So hold on, Ben, I want you to answer my question, my Twitter question.
Here we go.
So, what was my Twitter question? Oh, I'm blanking. This is not good. This is why I need to write stuff down.
Oh, no. It's been a long day.
Where was I with this? It's been a very long day. Where was I? What were we talking about before?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh, no.
My Twitter question. What was my Twitter question? I had a good Twitter question.
Anyway, while you're thinking about that, Aaron Nola yesterday, or Sunday, he only pitched 2 innings. Did you watch any of his pitching?
I did. I watched all of his pitching. It was not good at all. It was actually very, very bad. It was very bad. He did not have it was probably a good thing. they had that rain delay because he struggled with his stuff. He left some balls over the plate that he probably should have buried. It was not good at all.
So he was lucky he was facing the Nationals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's concerning.
The game started off with first and third, nobody out, and he got out of it somehow. What was my Twitter question?
I don't know, man. To go to the Marlins series, I want to talk about one guy in particular in that Marlins series. And his name is Edmundo Sosa. The BITCHES's love Sosa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get it? These love Sosa. Copyright. Anyway,
it's a good song though.
Can you dissect Edmundo Sosa's play?
Love to. So, I mean, honestly, this seems crazy. For him, it's confidence. He didn't actually. Some of the hits were, I don't want to call them cheap hits, but they were legging out infield singles. They were reaching on fielder's choice, errors. Like he was just playing very confident baseball. You go to, obviously the Phillies are off and you're recording this, so it's not a very busy day. But in his post-game interview, he addressed the media after the game that he hit a home run. And through Diego, his interpreter, he told us that, he goes, I'm advertised as a guy who focuses on defense. People forget that I have a bat too. And the way he said it, you could tell it was very, very confident, very not aggressive, but he was proud of the way he played. I think he was built on that confidence, right? I think that he was having fun with it, right? He hit 2 home runs in back-to-back games. I think he had 2 home runs and 3 at bats. And
his first 2 home runs of the season.
Right, in a matter of 3 at bats. And that's not something that you see every day for a guy like Sosa. I think he just built on that confidence. He was hustling out. He was like, as someone who plays baseball, I can tell, I can feel the difference. Like when I'm in the batter's box and things are going good, things are going well, I can feel the confidence when you're at the plate, and it's a different feeling. It's less of all right, let's go hit the ball hard. Like, all right, it's kind of like you're relaxed. You feel more, it's easier. Like instead of you're up there facing a challenge, it's kind of like, it's the way I see it, almost like a game. All right, I'm up there like, we'll wait. I'm gonna go with the Ben Davis bat. I'll be like, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, here we go.
We'll wait to see when you get a good pitch. Nope, I'm not gonna take that one. Nope, we're good. It's that kind of thing. Like his approach, it's calm. It's collective. That's how I describe it. It's very collective. He doesn't have the anxiety about whether or not he needs to get a hit to not get designated for assignment, not get put on weight, like that kind of thing. It makes him so much more calm, and it's noticeable in his play. He's out there ripping the shirt and doing the eyes and doing the threes on his triple. It's obvious he's having fun, and part of that, and I've actually said the main reason for that is Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson gave him. He sat Bryson 2 days in a row to reward Edmundo Sosa. Edmundo Sosa would have got another hit if he just came off the bench. I doubt that. Right? I mean, that's like saying, oh, you got the best grade on your test. You're still the dumbest in the class. You need to be rewarded somehow, right? When did you do those reading groups in elementary school? You were like, yeah. Like, if you keep acing all your tests, you might get moved up from the red group to the yellow group. From dumber to dumb, right?
There you go.
That's what happened with Minnesota this weekend. Teach gave him a chance.
The Phillies just made a move. They've reinstated right-handed pitcher Zach Eflin from the 60-day IL.
Chris Sanchez is down.
Yes. Additionally, the club has recalled right-handed pitcher Mark Appel from Lehigh Valley and placed him on the 60-day IL with right elbow inflammation. So his season is over.
Yeah, that was put on the that actually came out last night. Rob Thompson said that post
Yeah, but
game
they just made it official.
right, that Chris Sanchez would go down. And I believe the Appel thing, I mean, it's pretty easy to see that one coming, but obviously that was
Also,
there.
also,
I'm glad he's with
I
the
saw
club though. That makes me happy.
yes, I saw a stat about the most home runs in Citizens Bank Park history by individual players and Phillies history by individual players. It goes Ryan Howard. Is it? I think it's Utley next. Utley, J-Roll,
Burrow,
Pat Burrell,
then
and then
Reese.
Reese Hoskins. Where did that come from? 70 what? I think it's at 76 now. But Reese Hoskins being on the list. Very interesting.
Yeah, so I want to ask you my question now, Ben. I remembered it.
Here we
I'm
go.
going to pull up my tweet here because I want to make sure I read you the exact words.
And then my
this was
phone
a
just
day
updated,
ago.
so we're gonna go to that.
Oh, right. This is what I put on Twitter one day ago. Observation. Nationals are no longer painfully atrocious. They're just bad. Lots of promising prospects. True or false?
True.
I agree. I was impressed by the Nationals this series.
Mm-hmm.
They were a sad team.
At shortstop,
Abrams. CJ Abrams is incredible. Joey Meneses is 30.
Ozzie Smith.
I know that's they were comparing him to. Joey Meneses is a 30-year-old rookie. Lots of versatility. I'm trying to think who else they put. They got Cesar around at third now. Because honestly, what they did is they filtered out. They're just giving people chances, and a lot of them have come through. Right? Like, when the Nationals were looking to, maybe sneak into the third wild card spot at the beginning of the season by, a few miracles, no injuries, one promising prospect that turned into Babe Ruth, that kind of thing. That's why they had the Maikel Franco's playing. Because, there's potential that Maikel Franco plays like he did in 2016 after a few, sessions with their hitting coach or whatnot. Here's what they did. They designated released Maikel Franco on his birthday to boot. They filtered out some of their older guys, Soto. They brought in some, I wouldn't say younger guys, but guys who aren't old but have experience, like Luke Voigt. They brought up Abrams. They've been giving some guys, they've got away from the Daniel Hudsons and the Sean Doolittles, and they're giving guys like Hunter Harvey, some situations. Jordan Weems was in a semi-big spot the other night, despite his shaky stats. Because Jordan Weems isn't great right now, but the Nationals have absolutely nothing to lose, and they're letting the kids play. They're not great, and they're going to have awful games. They're going to face the best. They're going to face Alcantara the next time they play the Marlins. And the Nationals AAA team that they're letting get a big league experience is going to get obliterated and embarrassed. And they're going to get killed. They might even get no hit. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me to see this team get no. No, I'm serious. It would not surprise me to see this team get no hit. But it also has upsides to it, right? Like I said, they're seeing these players. They're giving them chances that they wouldn't get when the Maikel Francos, the Sean Doolittles are sticking around. And I'm glad to see that. So I think that there are some really good, promising prospects in the Nationals organization. And you know what? Even if they become, the next 2019 to 2022 Dodgers combined into one, and they destroy everyone in the division, I like watching good baseball. And I like watching talent. And I'd even argue that it's better than playing, I'd rather play a very good Nationals team for 162 games and play a awful Nationals team where we kill them every game for 162 games. Luckily, though, next year we are not playing them for 162 games. We're only playing them for 13, 12?
Not enough.
Really?
I hate it. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next thing because my phone just completed iOS 16. Everyone's not. So we're going to go.
Is that official now, the snapping?
What?
Is the snapping now official?
Yeah. So we're gonna go over, first of all, the new homepage. Why is my light on?
Oh, geez,
The
Ben.
new home. What?
I'm still on iOS 15.
Like,
I'm gonna do my 15.7 now.
you can just skip to 16. But here is the new update. You can see the new home screen. You can see the time's different. The date is above the time. All the notifications are actually at the bottom of the screen
Ew.
now. So if you swipe up, they come onto the screen. We're gonna open my phone, not show you my password. You can to search on your phone is now at the bottom of the screen, and then it pops up to this. Oh, personalized Spytilla audio. Use your iPhone to scan your ear geometry for improved. Let's try this. Continue. Okay, I'll do that later. I'm not doing that right now. My mom's calling me in a pod. So yeah, the search is down there. If you swipe up, you can declare the notifications, put them back down. You just swipe down and put them up. You put them up.
I like that.
The control center is the same, and then apparently you can edit and delete text messages.
How do you delete them? Should we try it out now? Because they're not going to work on me. We'll do that at the end of the podcast.
I don't know. So we're going to text Colin. Let's leak his phone number. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to say, you're a bum. We're going to send that. That's sent. Hold on it. Look at this. Edit and undo send. So if I press edit, this is what comes up. I'm going to delete the M, confirm. Now it's just you're a buh, and it says edited under it. Now we're going to undo the send, and it just disappears. You unsend a message. Colin may still see the message on devices where the software hasn't been updated. So it looks like that's it.
So yeah.
There's probably some more settings. Looks kind of the same.
So this is what I got.
What does it say? It's like,
it says edited to your A. There we go. Edited to your ABU.
Okay, so since yours hasn't
Very
updated
cool.
yet, it's not gonna.
All right.
What else is there?
It's neat.
Anything new with the Photos app? No, that looks the same.
Can you like Google it?
Yeah, you can probably Google it. This all looks the same. So it's really just the homepage, which I'm pretty sure you can edit that. So we're gonna edit my homepage. Here we go. Wallpaper. Change your wallpaper from the lock screen. From your lock screen, tap and hold to okay. So here's something else new. If you hold down on your lock screen, I have to unlock first. If you hold down on your lock screen here, Colin, you ready for this? You hold down, you can edit and you can get a new lock screen. So if I put this one there, I can choose a new picture. I can put the weather on there. I can put emojis on there. I can put whatever I want. So I'm going to actually edit this. I'm going to customize this wallpaper because I only really want one. I could put the weather on there. So I'm going to put the weather. I'm going to add the weather. I'm just going to actually put that one. Battery. Hold on. I'm going to put. All right. I put the weather, my battery of my AirPod, and my calendar. Why is it just, this is interesting. Okay, hold on. Why does it just do that? Okay, so now I have a new wallpaper. Very exciting. I'm gonna actually delete this because I don't want that. How do I edit it though? This is very confusing. All right. So it looks like. Ooh, you can do a photo shuffle. All right. So this is just making you add a new. Okay. So if you already have one of your wallpapers saved, you cannot edit that wallpaper. You have to make a whole new one. You're muted, by the way.
All I want is a rotating wallpaper. So I like every time I turn my phone on, it's a different one.
I think you can make it different photos.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, you
I'll
can do
figure that
that.
out later. Gosh, just so slow. All right. What's our next talking point? Oh, playoff baseball.
Yes. Actually,
Before we get into that,
let's hold on the playoff baseball. Because we have something to talk about. With playoff baseball coming up, you want to get to some games. Playoff baseball is freaking insane. And you know what else is back, Colin?
what's back?
The NFL. The NFL is back. And of course you want to go to NFL games. I mean, the NFL is better than ever right now. It feels like every team is good except the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. The best way to get tickets to a sporting event, to a concert, anything you need a ticket for is SeatGeek. When you're getting tickets, use SeatGeek first. So all you're going to do is type SeatGeek in your computer or open your SeatGeek app on your phone or iPad, whatever you want to use. You're going to search up what team you want to go to. So let's say I want to go to the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm going to look that up, press on Philadelphia Phillies. You're going to press on the game you want to go to. There's going to be different colored dots. The green dots are the good deals. The red dots stink. So just stick to green. The greenies are good. The other ones stink. All right. So just use the green dots. You're gonna click on that. You're gonna get your tickets. Blah 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 blah. You're gonna pay. Before you play, you're gonna use it. There's a little coupon code bar. You're gonna press that coupon code, and you're going to put code Philly Sports Report. It's right up there on the top of the screen. Philly Sports Report. Philly Sports Report. All one word. Doesn't capitalize? Doesn't matter. All one word. No spaces. Forget the S after reports. Philly Sports Report. Use SeatGeek and use that code. And you guys, did I tell you how much you save on it? You save $20. $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more. It's a fantastic deal. Make sure you do that. So when you're buying tickets, use SeatGeek first. Use code Philly Sports Report for $20 off your first purchase.
Wait, so you're saying that essentially, if I get two $25 tickets, it'll cost me $30.
Yep.
That's like getting a $25 ticket for $5. It's pretty crazy. Very cool.
Yes.
Speaking of playoff baseball, speaking of the NFL, if we get to October, how are you situating the lineup and bullpen, Ben? And the rotation?
How about but before the Phillies start playing baseball in the playoffs, I'm going to tune on the Philly Sports Reports because there's a new thing happening in Philly Sports Reports when the Phillies make the playoffs. Because if the Phillies make the playoffs, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Me, Colin, and a few other the Phillies writers on the Philly Sports Reports team are going into a live pre-game show before every single Phillies playoff game. You can tune on to Philly Sports Reports on YouTube, and we'll have a live show. Are we doing 30 minutes before every game? 30 minutes before every Phillies playoff game. Tune in to Philly Sports Reports. We're going to have a whole pregame show going. It's going to be a great time. And if you miss it, yeah, that sucks. And you don't want to miss it because it's going to be really fun.
The latest news, the latest updates.
Yes, before every Eagles game this season, you can do the same thing. Tune on to Philly Sports Reports on YouTube and watch the Eagles pregame show. It's live 30 minutes before every single Eagles game. It's very exciting. You better do it.
And if you don't, you're be upset to miss it. On the Phillies pregame show, we're going to discuss the pitching matchups, the lineups, who's hot, who's cold, what to look for, some keys to the game, some predictions. And on the Eagles, look at some also key to the games, the quarterback matchups, what the defense needs to do, how they need to improve from last week, who's active, who's inactive, when are they taking the field, where are they taking the field? Lots to talk about, just like this podcast. So, Ben, should we go to agenda item number? Let's see here. Have not even opened this agenda yet, which is very scary. So we go.
No, but we're going to talk about what would the Phillies? How are you going to manage the Philadelphia Phillies in the playoffs, Colin?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I guess I'll start with the bullpen. I really like what they're doing before Seranthony Dominguez's injury. He was taking inning usually 8, where he would face the best part of the opposition's order. Sometimes that would fall in the 9th, but it just felt like it was more often in the 8th. And then you'd give David Robertson or Brad Hand. I would say give Robertson the second best part of the order, and then Hand the third best, wherever that falls. So, for instance, if, say, 2, 3, 4 are leading off the 8th inning, I would give that to Mr. Dominguez. Let's say that 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bat that inning. I'd give 7, 8, 9 to Mr. Hand. See where we get from there. And of course, it depends on who's batting 7th, 8th, or 9th. And it depends on the depth of the team that they're playing. This is a team that has like 5 really good hitters at the top of their lineup, and the bottom are just kind of guys filling holes. Then yeah, I'd be okay with putting Brad Hand in there. But if it's a well-rounded lineup, then I'd probably lean more towards David Robertson. What do you take of David Robertson's recent outings, Ben? It's been very up and down, some very good things and very bad.
You better
things.
not be our closer in the playoffs.
Now, see,
I don't trust him against anyone anymore.
We've seen some very good performances, and we've seen some very bad performances.
Although he does have the Cubs cleats back, so we'll see what happens.
That's true, and he pitched. He literally struck out the side with the Cubs cleats after being absolutely awful for like 2 weeks. Now, I will say, 1, he was overused. 2, his velocity is down, which is usually not like a bad thing. It's usually a I've been overworked thing. There's a mechanical thing that just needs a tiny little adjustment. Not I'm a complete and utter piece of garbage, which is a good thing to see. And he always seems to figure it out. Like after he allows the single, the double, the single, the bunt, that ends up being a hit because of an error, he'll get the next 3 outs easily. So that is weird, I think. So I'm curious what the issue with that is. The velocity, though, was a little concerning. Obviously, that's not much of an issue anymore. Now that Seranthony is back, they're going to have some better depth. I think Eflin being back could be an underrated thing. The Phillies a huge thing, potentially, depending on where they think he fits best in the bullpen. But, yeah, so I'd say that I'd honestly say that after Dominguez and Robertson, I'm going to Alvarado and Hand. And after those 2, I'm going to Bellotti. From there, it's really a toss-up. I'm trying to think who else. There aren't really many guys else in the Phillies bullpen right now. Zach Eflin, Nick Nelson will be in there. And that really should be it. It's possible that Bailey Falter will be pitching out of the bullpen. And it's quite possible that Kyle Syndergaard did I say Kyle Syndergaard? Kyle Gibson and or Noah Syndergaard. Though, before I have Ben go with his bullpen, I do not want Noah Syndergaard out of the bullpen. He is awful at the beginning of games, and then he's fine after the 3rd inning, and he just kind of ride until he has 100 pitches. But Noah Syndergaard as a reliever would be the biggest and most disastrous thing that could ever happen. The other thing that would be awesome, though, is if the Tommy John thing, which has brought his velocity down, if he knows that he only has to pitch like 2 innings or 1 inning, if he come out there and pump like 99, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. All right, what are you doing for your bullpen? And obviously Eflin is a long man for me. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm kind of liking Eflin in that long man position. I don't know if he's going to.
Does Nelson get a spot in the playoff roster? I don't think he does.
Is it back down to 26? Then no.
Well, who else is in the pen right now that I'm missing?
Alvarado.
Alvarado,
They sent
Dominguez, Robertson,
they sent Vinny back down. You say Sir
and they
Anthony?
sent
Brad
Sanchez
Hand.
back down, and they sent down Plasmeyer. So
Yeah.
So I guess that if
I
they're
think-
going to put a starter in the bullpen, which you think that they would if it's a 3-game series, then well, that's what you do, right? You put a starter in the pen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you'd probably have to send down Nelson and I mean, who'd you put out there? Whoever's not starting. I mean, who are your 3 starters?
For that series, my 3 starters are Noah Wheeler, obviously. And then either Ranger. Because whoever you're playing, they need to see a different angle of the arm. So I'm throwing out Nola game 1 to get that 1-0 lead, hopefully. And then if you lost game 1, I would throw Wheeler out there game 2. And if you won, I'd throw Ranger out there. And then if you go to game 3, obviously,
Now
you're gonna have to
Falter's a
either
lefty
pitch
too.
Ranger.
Now if
Correct,
what if
but I
Ranger
think I have more
continues?
confidence. I think I have more confidence in Ranger.
Really?
I think he's been good as of late, right? Or am I thinking of? Oh,
You got the wrong guy.
I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Falter, not Ranger. Because I personally hate Kyle Gibson and do not trust him against a single team, not even the Washington Nationals. So put Falter out there for game 2 or game 3.
I think for me, it depends on who we match up against. The Cardinals, I am not letting them touch Ranger Suarez with a 10-foot pole. The Cardinals have done well against high velocity, and they kill lefties. Braves and Nets, I don't really know how much it matters. I think whoever's performing the best, I think has to go out there at that point. I would say that in the grand scheme of things, I'm sending Gibson out to the bullpen. He's too inconsistent. And the thing is, when you earn a 3-game, here's the issue. Kyle Gibson is either very good or very bad. And you can't take the risk that he's very bad because then that's pretty much 1 game already in the loss column. Because for him, it's like 6 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 2 runs, or no runs. Or it's like 3 innings, 7 runs. 1 2/3 innings, 6 runs, I believe is an actual stat line from the Giants series. So I think Gibson goes out to the pen, and I think that Nelson gets sent down. And then this is confusing now. Oh, well, I guess, okay, so no. So then Nelson gets sent down, and then Guthrie gets sent down. Is that, I guess, what we'd say? Yeah, because Guthrie's not eligible to be on the Major League roster, right? Because he wasn't on the 40-man or whatever.
Yeah.
Ahead of September 1st deadline. Yeah, so that's where I'd go with that. From there, you're at what, 26? Yeah, you're 26.
Yeah.
And you just have more guys pitching out of the bullpen opposed to the rotation. And then obviously from there you can, maybe move Gibson back into the rotation, maybe even keep him out there. I mean, the tough thing is, I would say that I would want in a 5-game series, I want my pitchers to be No Luck, Wheeler, and then no particular order, depending on the matchups, who's the thing's going to play, Ranger, Gibson, Falter.
No Syndergaard?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean Gibson. Syndergaard. I really don't think that Kyle Gibson should be pitching in the playoffs. I'd rather see Syndergaard start just because Syndergaard hasn't had like a blow-up outing yet where he's been absolutely awful. And at least we know that the Phillies will stay in the game. Where Kyle Gibson, you can't guarantee that. So that's why I'm going with Syndergaard. In a Game 5 situation, Ben, how's the lineup being constructed under Goldstein management?
Under Goldstein management, Schwarber's getting out of the leadoff. I want Stott, Hoskins, Harper, Realmuto, Schwarber, Castellanos, Hoskins, Segura, Marsh, I think.
Hoskins is in there twice.
I have Hoskins. Oh, shoot. Segura. Wait, hold up. I knew I was going to do this. Who do
Boom.
I start it? Boom. Replace Hoskins for Boom.
All right, I'm gonna have.
We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, by the way.
All right, we're gonna have Stott leading off.
Which is unrealistic because we know Rob Thompson loves
Right.
Schwarber in the leadoff.
Stott is at the leadoff spot. Batting second is Rhys Hoskins. Batting third is going to be Bryce Harper. Batting fourth is
I would like to
Glenn
say
Muto.
when Bryce Harper was moved back into the third spot, he started hitting again.
Debatable. He went 1 for 4.
Well, and then the next day he made a home run, and then the next day he had a double.
Okay, fair enough. Alec Boehm sitting fifth. Nick Castellanos sitting sixth. Gene Segura sitting seventh. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Schwarber is hitting sixth. Segura 8, and then Marsh 9. Marsh fielding 9. I'm okay with platooning them. The only thing I dislike is I like JT Realmuto in cleanoff. Wow. Cleanoff. I was gonna say, sorry. I like JT Realmuto in cleanup. I also like Kyle Schwarber in cleanup, and I also like Rhys Hoskins in cleanup. And if I don't want to put Kyle Schwarber leading off, and I don't want to have him in cleanup, because I like JT there, and the only reason I have JT there is he's had success there. It's where he's hit best.
Yes.
Then I don't know where to put Schwarber. I really don't. I got no clue.
I put him at 5. I feel like that's a.
No,
I feel like it's a spot.
I feel like your 5 hitter needs to hit for a little bit more average. I mean, the way I see it is your 5 hitter is your second best hitter. 3, 5, 2. Which is why I'm going with Harper, Boehm, Hoskins.
Well, I mean, part of this also is who has the hot hand. I like to say this. We have less than a minute left, so we're going to wrap this up. Whoever has the hot hand is who should go. We have less than a minute, so we have to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Any last words before we are cut off of this?
I think we're good.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys whenever we see you.